Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of my Talking Out of Football Manager series. After winning literally every single game, we continue this form. Dan Hayfield getting on the act against Ebbsfleet, 8 out of 8 league wins somehow. And then Jordan Young does what Jordan Young does best, 2-0. The creativity, the freedom. How long will it last? We'll see. That's 9 out of 9 wins. Look at that. The 4-2-3-1. Also, we're on the FA Cup qualifier as well. Look at this. The back four is fantastic. The keeper's fantastic. The two in midfield. I've actually ended up playing Hayfield number 10. Don't ask. I've had injuries from Matt J. Morgan's come back. Dennis has been basically injured all season. Dolan's been injured all season so far. I ended up just playing him there just to be a bit more free roaming. It's just kind of worked. So it just kind of brings that energy and free roll. But yeah, I've been solid at the back and just expressive going forward. You've got players, the ability at this division, so like Jordan Young. What could go wrong, eh? But yeah, look at that. Swanee ball is flying. Just I had steak and eggs earlier. It's very gas. The winning run would end. This is actually an FA Cup third qualifying round. It would end up going to a replay. I mean, the performance is still there. How we haven't won that game, I'm not too sure. But we played absolutely brilliantly, but we just ended up needing a replay from this game. The replay wouldn't be very plain sailing either, despite that domination again. It wasn't until the 78th minute. I've had to put it into key highlights. So basically, when I do these replays, I have to do either the goals, which I want to do, or key highlights. Key highlights obviously a lot longer, but some games you press just show the goals and the game breaks. So it's a beta, it's a bug. All right. But basically, we've got to key highlights and then we can see some lovely pass and football. Ideally, I would do everything key highlights, but the key highlights replay is so like drawn out. But then ball into the box. Look at that. Dan Hayfield again getting a goal. Yeah, he's got the freedom. A lovely deep ball that was into the box to make it 1-0. Okay, even better in the 85th minute, would it? Dan Hayfield, Akipon, Low Everton. Lovely ball into the box, and now it's 2-0. Jordan Young, and that'll be game over. Going to the last qualifying round. Had to take a replay, not ideal, but we'd take that. Funny enough, Aveley did get a goal back. I can spoil this for you now. Long ball forward, we lost a clean sheet. Just route one foot one, which we didn't deal with. Thompson Brissett comes forward, easily past my defence, and they did get a goal back, but that would be it. A 2-1 win at Eveley, job done. More minutes in the tank for a few players, and we're there. Look at that. Again, should have had the game well out of sight, but we play well. We go to Salisbury away though, and would this be the game which finally ends our winning run? Well, it didn't start going 37th minute. Denzel and Sogo completely fell asleep. So 1-0. We did dominate the game. We just couldn't get the goals until the 50th minute. Denzel made amends with a lovely one box. And that man Hayfield is on a scoring streak in the number 10. It's just working. That pre-roll whilst Matt J. Dolan has been injured. But in the defence, what is that? And you can't even play over the class of Matt Taylor. Through on goal 2-1. And that would cause the first defeat. They have 3 shots to go over 17 and we still lost 2-1. Really frustrating defeat. But hey, it's going to happen. We've had an amazing start. As long as we don't collapse from that, it's right. We just didn't play that well, really. I mean, Hayfield got the goal, but it 6.8. It just did. There's nothing really worked. No, Everton was out for this game as well. So Dyer came in. We just lost a bit of that creativeness, maybe. But yeah, can't win them all. 10 games in then, 3 points in the lead, 1-9 out of 10. Not a bad start at all. Worthing also having a good start. Dagenham struggling down in 12th, really. Dorking had a good start. Mason up there. The bottom is how it's going. Can't really expect, but still, you just got to make sure we react well. Obviously, we played so well, but it's a 46 game season. Let's look at other leagues. The Premier League, Arsenal joint top, very good start for them. Interesting. So nice to see the license badges this year. Leicester top of the Championship. That's what should be happening on paper. Football's not played on paper. League One, Luton top. That is a banging save to do, especially with Jack Wilshere there now. Also, I've done one here. I will do a Luton one at some point in my own time. League Two, yeah, looking all nice, looking nice. National League, Enterprise National, Carlisle winning that. Good stuff. The North, there you go. There's obviously the South. Look at that. Perfect stuff. In terms of the squad, injuries, Dennis injured, Jay will be coming back soon, 5 days away. Dennis 3 days. Morgan injured again, out for 6 weeks. And Dolan, he's on his way back now. So nice to see a bit of him. Yeah, after defeat against Salisbury in the league, we then played them the last qualifying round for the FA Cup, and it took to the 43rd minute for us to get on the score sheet. Lovely backwards header by Cody Cook. And the 85th minute, Dan Hayfield again in a creative role. And Sonny Fish this time getting his first goal, I believe, for the club. Played in this one, so he get 2-0. Hungry for revenge. Still Harry Lee, the ex-Torquay loanee, came forward. I think it's a minute, yeah. Came forward, and then Matt Taylor again scored. A bit of frustrating goals to concede, but that'll be that. We qualified for the FA Cup for the first long time. Look at that. The dominating stats we're used to seeing with us now. 2-1 win, very important. Nice bit of money coming to the club. Hopefully a good first round draw. And we've qualified for the FA Cup. Get in. The next game against Dagenham Redbridge. They're only down in 12th. And so far trying to get back to winning ways after that one game. And it started brilliantly. Jordan Young again showing his quality. However, it would change a bit. A long ball forward for Dagenham going forwards on the right hand side. Obviously, we don't want to go back to defeats. Crosses the box and it's 1-1, a free header from Wilson. Very disappointing goal to concede, and it could get even worse than it did in the 37th minute. Cross into the box. It was half dealt with. Wilson with a striker. That's unbelievable. 2-1, and that would be it. I mean, back-to-back defeats. All of a sudden, Cody Cook got injured as well. All of a sudden, it's gone from, winning your first 9 games now back-to-back defeats. All of a sudden, we're only joint top. Andy Carroll played, of course. Again, played well, but just didn't create enough clear-cut opportunities. Is this where the ship starts to hit tricky waters? My favourite Simon and Garfunkel song. Going into the next game, we need to get back to winning ways after those back-to-back defeats in the league. Went to Cheshire United away. Matt J with a strike. Back from injury. Matt J's from the quality he's got for an absolute disaster almost at the back. Dyer colliding with Heyman, but then a cross going to the back post. And De Silva made it 1-1. Just a disastrous goal. Folsom sinks to his knees. I don't blame him. Then Cheshire going forwards. Can they make it even worse for us? Bennett's on the Staffan side, cross to the box, and there's 2-1, and we're staring down the barrel of 3 defeats in a row for the first 9 games. But can Dennis do something into Matt J, into Drea, Sundare with a strike, and he gets his first goal season to rescue. Hopefully, what would be, and that would be the point. More even game this time. It's the most even game we've had, really, for Sundare rescuing as a point. Hayfield in the number 10. It's now starting to have that, and James Hayman just not the best game there. 2-2. The main thing we didn't lose, but we lost top spot after 1 point from 3 games, which knocks us off the top spot. We played at home to Chippenham on a Tuesday night, and things got off to a bad start again. We went 1-0 down. Literally nothing's changed tactically, but it's just gone to pot, and it got even worse. Castro broken through. What is that defence? Great finish, but defence has fallen apart. You can't. That's just a player fault. What am I meant to do when my players are defending like that? 21st minute, well, no tracking down, 3-0 down, 21 minutes. I don't understand. I play for him a lot. I don't understand how it's got worse. And it took us to the 65th minute when my new striker, third choice, but he got his first goal for the club. That's why the third choice striker. Disaster. Still created a lot. Was conceding everything and just 3-0 down. It's just shocking. And Dolan got injured again. Match end number 10 did nothing. It was just awful. It was just awful. I did do a little tweaks after this, but 1.4 games, and we're now down to 3rd in the league. We then went to Dorking away, trying to get our form back in place. Dennis played through Matt J, who had a strike and it beat the opposition goalkeeper 1-0 in the first half. Beautiful scenes. 55th minute, a long ball forward by Dorking. Alfred for a nice given game, but Shane for on goal, put it past James Hayman. 1-1. Disappointing goals conceded, and it would end like that. No win in 5 games. Still not the worst point in the world. Against Dorking away. It's frustrating. I've started Fish, Cook's about form. Young on the left, this game Dennis on the right, Jay in the middle. Here I am, stuck in. And Dan Hayfield in sort of more sort of holding role. Lowerton is not really creating much at the moment. Still the back full solid. Isolated, that's not a bad result, but no win in 5 now. And that meant after 14 games, we dropped to 2nd in the league. No wins in 5 games. Disappointed after winning your first 9. It's going to happen though. This FM, it's not quite winter form, but it's there. Couple tweaks needed. A few injuries haven't helped. The squad is very good, but there's a lot of industrial players in the fringes more than those creative players. Next season will be a case of just getting a couple more creative players, so that's more balance. But still should be doing better than some of this disastrous performance, like that 3-0 down home to Chippenham was a disaster. But we're in top of the league, still into the playoffs by 5 points. Hampton's still rooted to the bottom. Horsham off the bottom actually. Tonbridge not doing well. Western super nightmare. Dover up to 5th, doing well. We went into the FA Cup first round with a difficult trip to League One Peterborough. Not in great form, but it was a nice distraction. However, Peterborough went 1-0 up in front of the travelling Torquay fans after 9 minutes. And in the 41st minute, they all but did the game to make it 2-0. But it didn't come embarrassing. It was a nice away trip for the fans. We didn't really create anything. Dennis had a really poor game. Still created a few bits here and there, but the actual players, Dolan and the 10 didn't quite work. Fish up front didn't quite work. But still, it's to be expected. Sandro went back to his old club. Nothing disgraceful about that. 2-0 defeat in the end. But still, out of the FA Cup. But it was nice to get to the first round. We earned a bit of money and just need to focus back on the league form. After a run of no win in 5 games, we went to Farnborough with a long ball by Sancho, found Bartley. Look at that, that is football. We're a bit more direct. Look at that. He's a good player, Bartley. And then Jordan Young made it 2-0 from the penalty spot, and that would be enough to get Torquay back to winning ways. Nice 2-0 victory, 29 shots, back to the sort of football we wanted to play again. Donor number 10, Bartley's in well up front, lovely long ball by Drea. The defence was immense. James Hamer made a few big saves in goal as well. 2-0 win, back to winning ways. Is that the end of our bad spell? We'll see. We then went to Maidenhead looking to back up that win, to make it back-to-back wins, get back on our title spree, hopefully. It was 0-0 after 56 minutes. I've had the glitch thing again. We'll have to put into key highlights for the odd game. That's fine. But what we can do here, playing out the back, Jordan Young coming forward now for Torquay in the rain at Maidenhead. But yeah, just, if we win this, I think we've gone back to the top of the league, possibly. Cross into the box, looking good for Bartley. Not quite dealt with, but now Maidenhead would break. Josh Romero, ex-Torquay plan. He tried, did he? Bless him, he tried. Look at Cruz had since he had some really good moments. But then poor defender by Leverton. Yeah, and pull through. Josh Romero. 1-0 Maidenhead. And I can tell you it would end in that performance and that result. How bloody rubbish was that? So that's what now? 1 win in 6, 1 win in 7. And it meant we dropped in the table. We dropped down in the table to fourth place after 16 games. Those points, still 3 points off, so very tight. But look how tight it is. It's a typical National League South, so inconsistent. Absent now into the bottom four, having a very poor season. Let's look at the squad, out of form squad. But it's a player talk, not mine. I'll put it from there. Training terrible. Nothing there really. We've almost got a fit squad. Cody Cook's coming back from an injury, 5 days. Matt Jay coming back from an injury, 3 days. Folston had a bit of a knock. Just players, some fringe places aren't quite doing it for me at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, disappointing. Dolan, he got injured in pre-season. It's just been awful, to be honest. Since I know how good he is in real life, but it just hasn't worked for him. Lewis Dennis has been really poor again, really good in real life. This Bartley, guys, I did sign him up before the season, actually, I meant to mention this. He got 2 goals in 5s. He was at Kings Lynn and scored no goals. Prolific striker. But he's done all right. You know, he's got potential there. Just on a 1 year deal I gave him. This is like a third choice striker, really. But the pressure started building me as we played Hornchurch at home. And Hornchurch, well, made it 1-0. Rough, made it 1-0. Not ideal, is it? Not ideal. Pressure building me. Hey, it's not, I am enjoying this football manager in the sense that it's not as easy for me. But look at that, the split in the fence, the pressure's on. A few boos around Playmore. Swanee know what he's doing, you know. Anyway, call it back in the box. He needs to get back in. Lewis Ennis, about time we did something. Deflected goal, own goal, 2-1. Goes back in the game. It got even better, possibly going forward. Wellington puts ball forward in stoppage time. Fish, lovely touch on his left foot, 2-2. Going into the second half. Look at that, and I was delighted. Easy. 86th minute, 3-2 through James Hamer. Lost again. Not even gonna get playoffs. I'm literally gonna get sat. How do you win your first 9 games? See it going to your mates on the group chat. Oh, this new FM's too easy, you know. Here he's a 4. So good. This tactic I made. No, it was doing just my usual stuff. No, I'm doing. And then you're basically in relegation form. Dolan done nothing. Number 10 again. Morgan's back. Fish done all right. You know what I mean? Play awful. Back four's leaky. Dre's got not Palmer play. Didn't help, did it? James Amon, what happened to him? Everyone's out of form. With the pressure mountain, we played in the FA Trophy against Dulwich Hamlet, and that was a beautiful set piece goal. That touch by Leverton, amazing. 1-0 Jordan Dye. Still put a full strength team. I just needed my players to get back to form. Lovely ball forward. Dylan Morgan, lovely ball. Bartley scoring again. Poor defending, but still 2-0 up. Much needed confidence. But into late into second half, Dulwich Hamlet tried to get back in the game. We also come forward. Clueless with the boys to the box. 2-1. Not ideal. But still, that'll be it. A much needed win for the confidence into the next round. A little bit of money. Did all right. James Heyman did okay. I always like, because when I'm just showing the goals a lot of the time, you're not seeing some of the great saves, but We're doing all right. Drea got his goal. Because Drea, I thought his side got the first goal, wasn't. But Prince Bartley win, much needed confidence boost. Can we start winning the league again? Need to get back to winning form though in the league. Eastbourne at home, I really play for. Play more. Nice play between Young and Jay, and that is what Jordan Young does what he best. Look at that. That was not English. I need to go sleep. But then we're doing really well. But in the 81st minute, high line, through on goal, Payman finally beaten. And it'd be another disappointing result. The pressure's down 26 shots to 9. Cody Cook back in, didn't really have the impact I wanted. Just poor in front of goal. We have Worthington back for this game as well. It's just frustrating. Back four done well. Done enough to win the game, but just got caught. Just got caught. Not win the league. We're going to struggle to get in playoffs playing like this, to be honest with you. The next game was at home to top of the league Worthing. Needs to get back on track. Dolan on to left hand side in this game. Lovely ball to the back post. Young. Then he did again. Jordan Young scores again to go 1-0 up against Worthing. And the second half would seal the 3 points and much needed 3 points. Dolan again, the man, causes all the issues on left hand side. He's turned up off the Worthing defender Ransom. And a 2-0 win. A vital 2-0 win. Dolan man of the match for me. Carson did brilliant in left back as well. Heyman did some brilliant saves as well. Good keeper. And we would be there. Look at that. Huge performance on the back four. Huge performance of Worthington. And then the close players did what they needed to do. So yeah, tough game, but we beat Top League Worthing 2-0. Hopefully that'll kickstart our season. 19 games in. Getting towards the halfway mark now. Up to fourth place for that win. Still so tight. Worthing who just beat with 2 points off. It's so tight. There were 2 points in the playoffs, 2 points off the top. I mean, that's what I've National League. Dagenham Rebels in ninth. Upwards really looking at could win the league still. At the bottom, absolutely have a bit of a good run. They were out away from the bottom four. Let's look at the other. Let's look at the squad first. Actually, in terms of the squad, how are we looking? First team. Let's look at some of the ratings. Heyman doing well in goal. Denzel good right back. Back four's done right. Obviously, Folston had a little bit of an injury, but he's been my main one. Carson did well in that game. Worthington doing very well. Everton doing well. He's all doing quite well. Dolan, first time he's performed in the last game's done well, just finding his sharpness. Matt J, back from injury, doing well. Cody Cook, back from injury, he's finding his form at the start of the season. Bartley's got an injury now, but he did well in the game, so he wasn't playing. Yeah, doing all right. In terms of the Premier League, still very tight between Arsenal and Chelsea. Palace an absolute disaster of a season. Let's look at that. Into the Championship. Leicester have lost the lead now. Ipswich top. And near the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday near the bottom. Millwall, Wrexham struggling. Big one, Luton still. Look how much they're winning it by. Unbelievable. Plymouth bottom of the Championship. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised. It's not what I do in real life, but you go Harrogate at the bottom of League Two. Colchester doing well at the top. National League still Carlisle winning it. Under Marquis, Truro. They're in the fight. They're in the fight. Brackley having a bit of a nightmare. And North Flied winning it. And we are fourth in the National League South. Thanks for watching episode 2, and we'll see you in episode 3.